Parents of young kids, if you're already worrying about making it through your family holiday party without any toddler meltdowns, let me say you're not alone. But there's a reason that we're all feeling that anxiety, and our kids are feeling it too. So to help us better prepare to help our kids for these holiday parties, Nya B joins us. She is an author, a speaker, and a therapist here in the St. Louis area. So glad that you can join us for this.
Thank you.
First, help us understand why our kids are feeling this way.
Well, because they're out of routine. They're used to the regular everyday get up and go to school, have dinner time with family, but now it's crowds, it's a lot of anxiety, and so they're stressed.
Someone once put it into perspective for me, and it hit home when they said it this way. You're stressed about going to this party. You don't really want to go anyway. Why would you expect your kids to feel any differently? But we do. We expect them to present those feelings differently.
Yes, but they have the same emotions that we do. They get tired just like we do. They're stressed just like we are. Yeah. And I think sometimes we have to consider that when we're asking them to be around large crowds, whether they know them or not.
So what's your first tip to help us prepare them, since we do still have time?
Well, I think planning is a big part of it, and kids like to be a part of the planning process. Yeah. So I would just create a visual calendar for them. Allow them to put stickers or to draw pictures so they'll know this day is coming so they can prepare for it. Either get excited about it or try to work through their anxiety beforehand.
You also suggest going ahead and helping us prepare for the worst case scenario. How can we do that?
Yes, I would like to, help kids create comfort plans. And comfort plans are just things that you talk about beforehand and say, hey, when I'm anxious, I'm going to grab the stress ball. Or if you need a hug, just come tell me you need a hug. Tap me on my shoulder. Give them the okay that it's okay to be comforted even in a crowd.
So it's almost like you're planning a code language ahead of time.
Absolutely.
Nya, I am hearing a lot more conversations right now about allowing our kids to have boundaries, especially personally and physically. How can we encourage those guidelines?
Boundaries are important. I think it's important to respect the kids' boundaries. Sometimes children don't like to be touched. They don't like to touch other people. So I would just tell grandparents or other people in the family, hey, my kid's not a hugger. Let's try a fist bump. Or they can't sit on your lap. How about sitting next to them? Or how about you shake their hand? I think it's important for them to feel comfortable when they're in crowds as well and know that they don't have to touch anybody that they don't want to.
So you're going ahead and offering an alternative option. Explain why keeping those boundaries, respecting those boundaries is important in the long run, and what we're really teaching kids when we do that.
Because in the long run, we want them to know what appropriate and inappropriate touches are. And if we get them in the habit of learning what's appropriate, what's not appropriate, what's crossing a boundary, what doesn't cross the boundary, what that feels like, they can identify it in the event that they feel unsafe physically around someone or that they are touched inappropriately. They can say, we know that's not okay because my parent taught me that it was okay to say, don't touch me.
Yeah, you are making them, helping them be proactive in those conversations in the future.
Absolutely.
Nya B, thank you so much for joining us today.
You're welcome.
Really appreciate it.